And we're live. Hello, guys. It's been a while. Uh, Matagal-tagal din nawala yung channel. And after a long break, we are finally back. So, dami nangyari. And I just checked earlier. It's been 4 years na pala since last tayong nag-upload. But as I was saying, we're it's finally time to go back. So, ano nga ba quick update muna tayo. Ano ba talaga nangyari during that 4 years? So, uh, bef- yeah, wala pa ako sa wisyo. Um, Before we jump into that, share muna natin yung link ng live stream natin. And even though we are already at 7,000 plus subscribers, I don't even know kung merong makakapanood nito ng live. So hopefully, meron. And we actually have something very exciting for today. Uh, but for those who have already seen the posts sa Facebook, so you might already know what's coming. Pero before we jump into that, yun nga, share muna natin yung link. Because hopefully, may makapanood nito ng live. So, kasi ang plan natin for today would not really work kung walang makapanood nito ng live. So, hopefully meron. So, wait, share muna natin. Okay, and here we go. There you go. Okay, and then we'll also share this on Facebook. And pin din natin tong comment na to. Okay, wait lang. Switch tayo. And share natin yung ating live stream. There we go. Um, Ayun, yun na nga. Going back to what I was saying earlier. Um, it's been a long 4 years. Ang daming nangyari. So, the initial reason kung bakit nag-stop tayo sa pag-upload is actually a good news on my end because I got hired on a great I was hired by a fantastic company. It just so happened part of my contract is prohibiting me sa pag-upload ng mga videos or anything related to finance or business since yung company na yun is actually a large bank. So, pero yun nga, even though na-sacrifice yung channel natin during that period, naging okay naman siya for me. Pero yun nga, now I'm no longer connected with them. So, pwede na ulit tayong mag-upload. And then, aside from that, kasi nga, bawal na ako mag-upload during that time, I was supposed to start a coffee shop then. Pero syempre, medyo hindi na kaya ng schedule. We need to focus lang dun sa work. Kaya hindi din natuloy yung coffee shop na yon. And later on naman, nagkaroon ng mabigat na problem, family problem, um, which demanded a lot of my time and very toxic talaga siya. So, napilitan din ako actually mag-resign dun sa bank na pinapasukan ko that time. But ngayon medyo okay na, though ongoing pa rin yung family problem. Actually, mabigat pa rin, pero kaya natin daw. So, for now, um, tapos na tayo mag-catch up. So, see, wala pa rin ako sa, sa wisyo. Pero, yun nga, going back to our agenda for the day. So, kung hindi nyo pa nakita yung Facebook post natin sa Facebook page, which is facebook.com/getrichpinoyofficial. So, ito yung ating agenda today. Basically, I would be doing any job that I can work on or just about anything. And you decide how much you would be paying. So, yeah, as you see, starts at 1 peso. Pero again, kung ano nakikita nyong value ng output na may bibigay ko sa inyo, kayo nang bahala mag-decide kung magkano babayaran nyo. So, we can, typical things that I do. Basically, parang mag-VA tayo for today. For today's video, VA tayo. So, we can do photo editing, video editing, business plan, sales coaching, story writing, script writing, proofreading. I can even answer random questions or if there's a certain concept or topic that you'd like to discuss with me, as long as kaya ko, we'll jump into it. Or just basically just about anything na kaya kong gawin, tignan natin, pag-usapan natin yan. So, let's see here. Mukhang nagkakaroon tayo ng technical difficulty sa streaming natin. I'll check this. Mhm. Okay. May problema nga ang ating streaming. Wait lang ha. Try nating ayusin. Mhm. Wait lang. Okay. Hindi ko sure kung anong output nito on your end. Pero I am receiving an error message here from YouTube. Uh, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Okay. Um, sabi dito, baka daw nagbabuffering on your end. So, try nating ayusin. Okay. Mhm. Okay, try natin i-adjust yung settings natin. Sige, try nating itaas yung bitrate natin. Hopefully this would fix the problem. Okay, let's see. Mukhang hindi pa rin naayos. I think it's freezing. Oo. Mukhang hindi maganda to. Wait lang. Try pa natin ibang adjustment sa settings natin. Okay. So, para makita nyo yung ginagawa ko dito. Yan. Yan. As you can see, we are using OBS para sa ating streaming. Kaso, buffering pa rin siya. Medyo magiging technical tayo. Maglabas tayo ng terminal. Okay. So, CPU usage natin. Okay, mataas ang CPU usage. Kakayanin pa kaya? Okay. Mukhang okay na yung connection natin. Check nga natin ulit. Okay, pero medyo... Okay, intensive tayo sa CPU. We are running at roughly 70% on all cores. Okay, kaya yan. So, yun nga. Very fast. Yes, it has. So, yung adjustment natin sa bitrate, mukhang nag-work. Okay, now going back. So, yun nga. For today, magaan tayo ng VA jobs or kung ano mang gusto nyong ipagawa na mga pwede nating trabahuhin. Kung medyo mabilis lang naman gagawin ko siya habang pinapakita ko sa inyo sa monitor. So, ito yung ating work desktop. So, yung mga tatrabahuin natin, papakita ko sa inyo. If it's photo editing, video editing, dito ay papakita ko sa inyo. Or anything else na pwede natin gawin right on the spot, gagawin natin dito. Now, if there would be those who would be asking for business plan, or if we would have, let's say, sales coaching, if somebody would need sales coaching, or somebody would like to have a discussion via a call, pwede din natin gawin yon. So, dito makikita, pwede ko ipakita yon. What else? Ano pa bang kailangan natin? Sa mga manunod nito o either live or yung replay ng ating live stream, pasensya na kayo kasi medyo mapurol na ang ating YouTube skills at ang ating screen presence. Medyo mapurol na kasi it's been 4 years. Sana maintindihan nyo, but we'll do our best. So, for now, let's see. By the way, kung meron kayong mga ipapatrabaho na any task, you can comment on this video, or perhaps if you'd be watching the replay for the coming days, I would still be checking the comments section of the replay, and I'll try to reach out to you. Tignan natin paano natin mapag-usapan na magawa yung job na kailangan ninyo. And napansin ko lang, humaharang pala yung logo sa webcam video ko. So, lipat natin. Lipat tayo sa kabila. Ito. I'll show you my OBS. Uy. Ayan, ayan. Sige. Try nating ilipat ang ating video. Yan. Okay. Oops, mali. Okay, lipat tayo sa kabila. There we go. Okay, this is much better. Ganun din gawin natin. Full webcam experience. Then here, we're good. Okay. So, yun nga. Balik tayo dito. Yan. So, kung ano man yung gusto nyong ipagawa, comment nyo lang dyan sa comment section. We'll talk. And pag-uusapan na, regarding the mode of payment, doon na lang. Pag-usapan na lang din natin. But again, for the price, kayong bahala mag-decide dyan. Whatever amount you think is the value of the output, yun ang ibayad nyo. Kung ano yung bukal sa kalooban ninyo na ibayad. This is also some sort of social experiment, shall we say. Kasi I'm really interested to know kung magkano yung makukuha nating amount kung ganito yung platform na gagawin natin. I won't be dictating the price. Whatever it is that you're willing to pay for the output that I can provide. Tignan natin. So, for today, ang target natin, at least makuha 100 lang tayo kasi to be honest, I'm not expecting that much in terms of viewers kasi matagal nga tayong napahinga. So, at saka yung oras din ng ating live stream, karamihan sa inyo natutulog. Karamihan sa mga subscribers natin ay natutulog. So, pero sana meron nga. It just so happen na ito yung available natin at time. Pero, yon sana merong makapanood ng live and mag-request ng job. So, meron tayong maipakita within this live stream. So, yun ang target natin. At least 100 pesos. Pagka na-achieve na natin yon, pwede na matulog. Or, pagka inabot tayo ng 5:30, hard stop tayo kasi kailangan pa natin mag-asikaso sa mga bata. Okay. So, balik tayo dito sa ating content for today. Habang naghihintay tayo ng viewers or any job na gagawin natin, habang naghihintay, I was thinking mag-discuss na lang muna tayo ng random topics. Let's see. Siguro, let's discuss about ano kaya? Sige, pag-isipan natin anong ita-topic natin. Okay. So we could probably discuss something about sales. Or siguro yung ano. Ayan. Ang pag-usapan natin ngayon is my own definition of sales. Kasi ano nga ba yung sales? For me, sales is basically a controlled or manipulated customer service. Typically, yung customer service at sales, it's not being taken together. But as for me, based on my years of experience in the industry, I could say na ang core ng sales is actually customer service. For us to be able to be effective at sales, we would need to be effective at solving our customers' problem. But we would do so in such a way that it's somehow controlled or manipulated, meaning we are trying to resolve their problem with the use of the products or services that we are offering. So that's where sales comes in. Pero we are doing it not just for the sake of having a sale, but we are doing it para makatulong ma-resolve ang problema ng customers natin. For example, this is from my personal experience when I was working with one of the largest telecommunication provider sa US. Um, I was part of a department na billing department. Billing department, but at the same time, we are also the core sales team of the company. So customers would be calling in because their bill is so high or whatever problem that they have on their bill. If they have questions, they don't understand their bill, they have complaints about the bill, we are the department to call. And then, syempre, habang kinakausap namin, papaliwanag namin what's really happening, um, we would also be looking at opportunities na mai-push yung mga products ng company na hindi pa na-avail ni customer. Or kung na-avail na nila yung mga products, we are looking at upgrading whatever service that they already have. So, very intensive ang sales sa department namin. Pero, on a customer's perspective, ang alam nila, tinatawagan nila is the billing department, which would help them lower their bill. So, kung titignan natin sa typical scenario or typical point of view na parang conflicting yung idea na kailangan mong tulungan yung customer to lower the bill, pero at the same time, bebentahan mo siya. Pero if you would be able to think outside the box, that could actually be possible. If you just step back and assess things on a larger scale, you would realize na pwede naman pala. Kasi like in my example, there's a lot of customers that we had back then na kaya mataas yung bill nila kasi yung service na meron sila is not fit for their needs. So, what can we do? Then we would repackage their service. But then again, we are the sales department, so we would strive for sales. We would prioritize the opportunities na makabenta tayo, upgrades, additional services. So those kind of things. Let's say for example, sa cellphone nila, they're having overages kasi typically sa US, their plans would have certain number of minutes for calling. Hindi uso text sa kanila eh. So, karamihan sa kanila, hindi nila namo-monitor yung usage nila as compared to their plan. And yung mga minutes na nagagamit nila is more than the allocation that they have. So, ang ending, they are spending a lot kasi once you go beyond your allocation, mas mahal ang babayaran mo, which I think is also the same here sa Philippines. So, since yung plan nga nila is mas mababa as compared to their usage, then that is already a great opportunity for a plan upgrade. So, by simply solving the customer's problem, you are actually getting a sale. Hindi mo kailangan i-push. That's actually the exact solution to their problem. Minsan naman, they have a plan that they are not utilizing. So, what do we do in such cases? Then we would put them in a plan that's going to be beneficial for them. Kasi sa sales, hindi naman laging isang side lang yung panalo. And then the other side or matatalo, or basically it's not necessary that you would get what you want at the expense of your customer. Sad to say, pero ganyan kasi yung mindset ng maraming sales agent. Pero it should not be the case. We should always strive to look for that win-win resolution. Everybody would win, everybody happy. So by doing so, we are actually building loyalty and trust from our customers, which would in turn lead to repeat sales. And if it's part of your metrics, then that's also a good customer satisfaction, which actually is a major component of our work back then. Basically, it's 50% customer satisfaction and 50% sales. So magkatimbang sila. You cannot choose just one. Kasi you can be terminated if you would miss either sales or yung customer satisfaction. So we always need to balance. Which is, I would admit, mahirap at first. Pero once you learn to change your perspective, you would realize na kaya naman pala. So again, going back on the topic na sales is basically a controlled or manipulated customer service. Meron din namang mga scenario na wala namang problema si customer, but you would need to sell because it's your job as the sales department. So what will you do in such scenarios? Then you might have already heard the phrase na creating a need. So essentially, ang ginagawa mo doon ay gumagawa ka ng problema na isosolve mo. It's a step-by-step process. You would first need to establish a problem. Kasi kung hindi nakikita ni customer yung problema na tinatry mong isolve, your discussion is pointless. Hindi mo may position ng maganda yung sales mo, yung sales pitch mo, because the customer is not gonna see the value of what you are selling. So to do that, kailangan maging malinaw muna sa isip ni customer na merong problema. Kailangang ma-emphasize mo kay customer na ito ang problema so that you could position your sales pitch as the resolution to that problem. And again, kung walang problema, it's part of the sales team's job to actually identify a problem na pwedeng hindi nakikita pa ni customer. Again, we need to look outside the box. Kasi baka meron nga namang problema, hindi lang na-identify ni customer. So, Diyan papasok yung pag-uusisa natin sa mga minor details. Tulad ng sa case namin dati, we would check the bill line by line. We would look at the overview of the bill. We would try to look at different sections to identify any opportunities that we could capitalize on. Pero again, it's not at the expense of the customer. We are still trying to achieve a win-win resolution. Kasi baka nga may problema, hindi lang identify the customer. It's your job to identify that problem and provide the resolution for that. Ganun yon. Now, what if wala talagang problema? Then, you could think of a scenario na quote unquote ay problema. So, what do we mean by that? For example, additional cell phone lines. Sabi ni customer, I don't need additional lines. I still have my phone. It's working perfectly. I don't need any additional phone. And after checking to different aspects of the customer's life, wala nga naman talagang use for the customer. However, pwede kang mag-position in such cases at a very common positioning sa mga ganong objections ng customer is for you to look at other family members. Or if it's a business, then perhaps extension for employees or extension of employee benefits. Mag-provide tayo ng additional line. Or if it's for family members, why not give it as a gift? So dito na naman papasok yung being aware of yung mga seasonal occasions natin. Yung mga special occasions. Birthdays, yung national holidays, or just about a kahit surprise lang for a family member. So, pwede nating i-capitalize yon. And then, syempre, pag pumasok na tayo sa ganung realm of positioning, we need to also capitalize on emotional selling, which we could discuss later on because that's gonna be a different topic on its own. Pero yun nga, we would tap into the customer's emotion. We are selling it based on how we see it to be beneficial for the customer, anchoring it on his or her emotion. So yun. I know na medyo magulo yung ibang mga explanation, but if there's anything na medyo naguguluhan kayo or hindi malinaw sa explanation natin, please comment it on the comment section below para pag binalikan ko, we could elaborate it further. And if time would permit, I would reach out to you directly so we can have a discussion about it. Or perhaps isasama natin sa mga future contents natin. Now, going back on creating a need. So, aside from yun nga, yung mga gift, you could also look at yung if we are talking about cell phone plans, so and I'm just using this as an example kasi ito yung mas familiar sa akin based on my previous work or past work. So, yun nga, additional cell phone lines para sa ibang line holder sa account. Kasi, especially sa US, pwedeng yung account holder would have different lines under sa account niya. Let's say yung head of the family, the father or the mother would have multiple lines para sa mga anak, other family members, pero under sa kanya yung main account. So, pwede ngang siya mismo ay hindi nangangailangan ng additional phone or ng bagong phone, pero baka yung family members ay ma-appreciate ang additional phone. Now, syempre yung account holder pa rin ang magiging decision maker sa ganyang scenario. So that's where you capitalize on selling the product or service by tapping into the customer's emotion. Nandiyan yung i-emphasize mo na kung gaano magiging kasaya yung anak nila pag sinurprise nila ng bagong cellphone. Yung mga ganong bagay. So, to wrap it up, again, sales is at its core a controlled or manipulated customer service. And that's it for that topic. If you want further discussions on that, just let me know by commenting on this video. Even if you're watching the replay, please comment it so we can include that on future contents. Now, since wala pa rin tayong job na tatrabahuin for now, let's look into another topic. Eto, medyo fresh. Kasi recently lang, I have one of my former subordinates na nag-reach out sa akin. Kasi meron daw siyang upcoming interview for a promotion. Ngayon, now this is a BPO setup. So for those viewers natin na nasa BPO industry, mas makaka-relate kayo dito. Basically, etong subordinate ko na to, agent siya nung na-handle ko. And I was the coach for the company. Ngayon, if I'm not mistaken, it was actually his first BPO. Yeah, during that time, struggling siya. Pero there's actually a potential para sa kanya. So, syempre nag-exert tayo ng once I identify natin yung ganong potential, we should not let that go. So, exert ng effort and I'm happy to say na ngayon, SME na siya or subject matter expert. Siya na yung pinagtatanungan ng mga agents. Pero yun nga, nag-reach out siya sa akin at nabanggit niya na meron siya upcoming interview for an RTA position or real-time analyst. Ngayon, wala siyang experience sa pagiging RTA, wala siyang gaanong idea pa sa pagiging RTA. So, binigyan ko siya ng idea about that. Pero, most importantly, meron siyang particular concern. Kasi nga, sinasabi niya, parang diskumpiyado siya sa sarili niya kumbaga yung fighting chance niya for the position dahil sabi nga niya medyo may attendance issue siya, especially recently. So, paano ka nga namang magiging RTA na nagbabantay ng attendance, nagbabantay ng adherence kung ikaw mismo may issue sa time? Ngayon, ang sinabi ko nga sa kanya, yung scenario niya na yon could actually work to his advantage. Kasi, bilang someone na dumaan sa ganong sitwasyon na merong attendance issue or pumipetik sa trabaho, basically yung mga bagay na ayaw ng isang RTA. Dahil siya ay dumaan na sa ganong mga bagay, mas malawak yung kanyang point of view as compared to someone who is an ideal candidate for the position, shall we say. Someone na Mr. Perfect, walang attendance issue, na super trabaho lang talaga, hindi pumipetics. That candidate could indeed be ideal for the job. Pero, at the end of the day, hindi lang yung pagiging ideal ang kailangan nating ma-achieve. Wait lang ha. Ito yung sinabi ko sa kanya. Balikan ko lang yung conversation namin. So I can relay yung mga mismong sinabi ko sa kanya. Let's see. Mhm. Okay. Ayun, ito sabi niya na for 3 consecutive months, madalas na late siyang pumasok. Kaya ine-expect na niya na dudurugin siya or gigisahin siya dun sa issue niya na yon. Tapos sabi ko nga, um, advantage niya yon kasi meron siyang perspective from the other side or perspective ng someone na nasa ganong sitwasyon. Ngayon, paano nga ba naging advantage yon? Kasi kung hindi mo na iintindihan yung sitwasyon ng ganong tao, how can you manage the issue effectively? Kasi kung ang alam mo lang ay yung ideal, then your most likely response would be to solve the surface the problem that you see on the surface. Late, so i-issuehan mo ng o i-call out mo, i-issuehan mo ng mga memo, corrective actions, pero you are not really addressing the core of the problem. Or kung maisip mo mang merong mas malalim na dahilan, it would be hard for you to relate to that person. Kasi nga, you are confined sa idea lang na dapat ganto, dapat ganyan. Nagawa kong ganto, bakit hindi mo magawang ganyan? Well, you have different circumstances. Hindi porket nag-work sa'yo, ay marereplicate ng ibang tao. Because your situation might have been different as compared to the situation of this person. Pero if you are someone na dumaan sa ganon, then you would have that perspective. You'd be able to relate better. And with that, you can effectively answer the magic question na what's in it for me? You can come up with a resolution emphasizing on the benefit na makukuha hindi lang ng company pero you would relate it or you would relay the action plan in such a way na i-emphasize mo ano ba yung benefit nito sa iyo bilang isang ahente or whoever you are addressing. Always focus it on their perspective. That's how you come up with an effective action plan. And having the background or having the perspective of such a person, you'd be able to relate better and come up with a more effective resolution. And that makes it an advantage for you as compared to other applicants na Mr. Perfect. So, wait lang. Medyo sumasakit yung lalamunan ko. Hindi na sanay magsalita ng dire-diretso. Okay. So, that's it for that part. Again, tulad ng nabanggit ko kanina, if you want further clarification on that, sabihin nyo lang. So, mapag-usapan natin. And then, let's see. Oh, meron palang nag-view sa atin. Sayang, hindi man lang nag-comment. Sana kung sino ka mang nag-view, nag-comment ka. So, na nakapag-usap tayo. Kahit sa chat man lang. Okay. So, next. Ano pa bang pwede nating i-topic while waiting for a job? Mhm. Let's see. Okay. Hanap tayo ng pwede pa nating mai-topic dito. I have my notebook here. Hanap tayo. Ito yung idea notebook ko. Hanap tayo ng mga random ideas dito. Mhm. Naka, mukhang wala. Oo, wala dito. Sa isang notebook ko ata na isulat. Tama ba? Ayun. Okay, ito. So we still have almost 30 minutes. Now let's talk about providing options. Ito, sales pa rin tayo. I think this would be a short topic. So in terms of providing options, yung ibang sales agent kasi, lalo na yung mga baguhan, they tend to ask for, kasi there would always be that part na you would be asking for the sale. Kumbaga, you would close the deal. You would attempt to close the deal by asking for the sale. Ngayon, a common mistake ng mga baguhan is to ask a yes or no question. Ano ma'am, bibili ba or hindi? Or perhaps just asking, gusto nyo po ba? Bibili po ba kayo? So, that's a yes or no question. Kasi pag sabi niyang, hindi, tapos na ang usapan. Not necessarily, you could still rebut. Pero, there's an effective or a more effective way of asking for the sale. Yun yung una, assuming the sale, which is a different topic that we would be discussing. And the other one is providing options. So when you provide options, you don't provide a yes or no option. You would actually provide a yes and yes option. Bigyan mo siya ng option, pero yung options na ipro-provide mo, ano man ang piliin niya, is beneficial for your goal as a sales agent. What do I mean by this? Let's cite an example. Wait lang. Um, Actually, in a way, it's also assuming the sale, pero it's a more precise way of doing it. Siguro, sige, medyo atras tayo ng konti, discuss natin yung assuming the sale. Basically, when we say assuming the sale, you would not ask kung gusto ba niya or hindi. You would assume right away na bibili si customer, na gusto niya yung product or service na ino-offer mo. And you would attempt to close the deal by asking, for example, instead of asking, kukuha po ba kayo? You ask, ilan? This is para dun sa mga namamalengke, you might actually be familiar with this. You might not be aware about the concept behind it, but I'm sure you've already seen it sa palengke. Yung dadaan ka pa lang, and then, especially sa wet market, dadaan ka sa stall, lalapit ka pa lang, aabutan ka na kagad ng palanggana na paglalagyan mo nung bibilhin mo. That's assuming the sale. Hindi ka tinanong nung tendera kung gusto mo bang bumili. The fact that you showed interest is already enough para mag-jump siya into an assumption na bibili ka. Technically, that's actually very premature, pero still, the idea of assuming the sale is there. Ngayon, kung hindi ma-close yung deal, that's fine. Pero, you made a stronger effort to close it as compared to asking for the sale by directly asking the customer, gusto nyo po ba? Or asking the customer na, bibili po ba kayo? Kasi, there's a 50-50 chance na magno-no siya. So, instead of that, i-assume mo na lang yung sale. Ask the question, so ilan ang kukunin nyo? Saan po ba natin i-send yung product? Shall I send it to your business address or your home address? Now, that's providing options. Yes option. Ano man ang piliin niya doon, either home or business address, the customer will actually confirm your sale. You don't need to ask for a yes on the sale itself, but you are doing so indirectly by asking and jumping right into the place of delivery. Kasi kung pag pumili si customer either sa business address niya or sa home address niya ipadala yung product na binibenta mo, then pumapayag si customer na bumili sa'yo without you asking it directly. That is a more effective way of closing the sale. And that's it for assuming the sale and providing options. Now we still have 15 minutes. Let's use that to discuss, let's see here, pillars of selling. So, what are the pillars of selling? We can identify at least 3. I'm not saying that this is all inclusive, but these are the pillars that I think every sales agent should understand. Number 1, confidence. Confidence is very crucial sa isang sales agent. You might not be that knowledgeable in terms of the product, in terms of minor details. But if you have the confidence, you can actually perform better as compared to someone very knowledgeable but does not have the confidence to present it to the customer. So, yung confidence na to, we could still break this down into two sections. Confidence on your skills. Alam mo kung gaano ka kagaling. Alam mo yung capability mo. Alam mo yung product knowledge na meron ka. And you are confident na kaya mong i-present yung knowledge na yon to help resolve the customer's concern or help resolve the customer's problems. Again, babalik tayo dun sa na-discuss kanina na resolve sales is a manipulated or controlled customer service. So yun, confidence on your own skills. Now, the second part is confidence on the product or service that you are offering. Ito malaking bagay din to. And I have encountered a lot, I mean a lot of sales agent na naiintindihan yung product, knowledgeable naman sila in terms of product knowledge, but they are not confident on what they're selling. They're not an advocate of their product or service. It's actually not necessary na gamitin mo personally, especially sa situation ng mga offshore sales agents. This product or service might not be available to you personally due to logistic concerns or availability in your area. But you should at least have the confidence on the product or service that you are offering. Believe that this product or service could actually help your customer. Because again, we are focusing on value selling. We are not selling for the sake of having a sale. We are selling because we want to provide value to our customers. And if we are providing value, it's more likely that you would have repeat sales on these customers. So again, you need to have confidence not only on your skills and knowledge, but also on the product or service that you are offering. Now, second pillar is empathy. Now, when we talk about empathy, eto very common to sa nasa BPO or call center industry. Empathy is, I'm sorry to hear that. Yun ang pagkakaintindi ng karamihan. That is a very shallow understanding. Hindi porket sinabing empathy, sasabihin mo kagad, I'm sorry to hear that. Hindi lang yun ang pagpapakita ng empathy. There's actually a deeper sense to that word. So, kung isa-search natin, so punta tayo dito sa isang view natin. Ito. Yan. I-search natin ang empathy. Ayan. Okay, according to Merriam-Webster dictionary. See? Empathy is the action of understanding, being aware of, being sensitive to, and vicariously experiencing the feelings, thoughts, and experience of another. So, keywords are understanding, being aware, being sensitive to, and feelings, thoughts, and experience. Those are our keywords. Pero in a nutshell, basically, empathy is not just saying, I'm sorry to hear that. I understand how you feel. The question is, do you really understand? Ngayon, paano ba natin maiintindihan? There is actually one proven way on how we could do this. And that is, okay, by having the skill. It's actually a skill that every sales agent should master. Is the ability to change perspectives. Hindi ka dapat confined sa perspective mo lang bilang sales agent. As a sales agent, yes, you are focused on your goals. You know what you need to achieve. You know your targets. You know your quota. But all of those does not matter to your customer. Instead, you would there are other things na kailangang ma-address so that you could relate to your customer. Again, we would go back to selling by resolving your customers' concerns or problems. But how will you identify those problems or how would you relate to those problems? Kailangang makita mo yung sitwasyon sa point of view ng customer mo. And that is empathy. Not until you are able to change your perspective to your customer's perspective, you don't really know what empathy is. That is empathy in a nutshell. Now, another pillar of sales is product knowledge. Nabanggit ko kanina na even though you don't have that much product knowledge, if you're confident, you can actually perform well. Pero syempre, iba pa rin yung naiintindihan mo talaga. Yung pasikot-sikot, every single detail ng product or service na ino-offer mo. That would make a lot of difference. So, paano ba natin mai o paano ba natin ma-achieve yung ganong level of product knowledge? Syempre, meron tayong training. Everyone would go through that same training. Pero we should not rely only on the training that's provided by your company. Take the initiative to dive deeper. Look at the larger picture. How does your department or how does your job relate to other jobs within the department? Or how does your department relate to other departments? So that way, you could present your case better. Because again, the more knowledge that you have, the better you'd be able to answer your customer's concern. And the more effective you are at doing that, the more likely that you'd be able to close a sale because your customer would trust you. Trust is a crucial part of sales. Now, this is something that would not be coming from you. It's something that you would need to work on so that the customer could give you that trust. And that's about it for our session for today. Sadly, we were not able to have any job for today. So yung target nating 100 pesos, wala kahit piso. But that's okay. At least we were able to discuss some of the topics that we have addressed earlier. And hopefully, merong mga manood ng replay ng live stream na to at sana may napulot kayo, pati sa mga nanood, sana may napulot kayo na mga bagay. At somehow, medyo mas naging confident na ako ulit. Medyo hindi pa katulad ulit dati, pero at least bumabalik na yung confidence ko on the screen time. So, yun muna for now. And let's see if we could do this regularly. Perhaps I'll see you tomorrow or this weekend. Same format. At sana meron ng job na matrabaho natin so I can show you how I work on different jobs. I would show you the workflow that I have. So that's it for today. So this is again Ramon Pereira Jr. If you want to know more about me, just check on the description. I would be posting the link for my CV so you get to know me better. Till next time, goodbye.